Good day. Welcome to another series of Mathematics Just Got Easier with VR Tutors. In today's class, we are going to be taking an example on the rational root theorem. So let's see what we have on the board. What are the possible rational roots of x to the power of 3 minus x to the power of 2 minus 10x minus 8 equals 0? So let's try to apply what we actually learned in the previous class. Now, in the previous class, we said we take the factors of the leading coefficient and the factors of the constant term. The constant term is 8, or let's say negative 8. Now, what are the factors of negative 8? You have plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 4, and plus or minus 8. And the constant term is 1. The leading coefficient is 1. So this is constant term. And this is leading coefficient, that is 1. Leading coefficient is 1. And remember, this is P and this is Q. So you have P over Q. So for P over Q, we have 8 over 1. Let's break P over Q. So for the first one, 1 over 1 is equals to 1 over 1. We have 2 over 1, 4 over 1, 8 over 1. So the possible rational root becomes plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 4, plus or minus 8. So these are the possible rational roots. They are not necessarily the root of the equation. They are the possible rational roots. Now let's try to see if each of the rational roots is a root of the equation. So how do we test that? We test that by putting each of them into the equation. So we have plus 1. So it's going to be x cubed, that is 1 cube, minus 1 square, minus 10 into bracket 1, minus 8 is equals to 0. 1 cube is 1, minus 1 square is 1, minus 10 times 1 is 10, minus 8 is equals to 0. 1 minus 1 is 0, minus 10 minus 8 will give us negative 18, so plus 1 is not a root. Let's try to see negative 1. So negative 1 cube minus negative 1 square minus 10 into bracket negative 1 minus 8 is equals to 0. So what is negative 1 cube? That is negative 1 times negative 1, that is positive 1. And positive 1 times negative 1, that will give you negative 1. So you have negative 1 minus negative 1 square. Negative 1 times negative 1 will give you positive 1. That is minus 1 because this is minus. Negative 10 times negative 1, that is positive 10 minus 8. So minus 1 is minus 2. Minus 2 plus 10 will give us positive 8. Positive 8 minus 8 is equals to 0, which means that negative 1 is a factor, is a root. Then we also have, let's try plus or minus 2. So let's try plus 2. Now for plus 2, you have 2 cube minus 2 square minus 10 into bracket 2 minus 8 is equals to 0. 2 cube is 8, minus 2 square is 4, minus 10 times 2 is 20, minus 8 is equals to 0. Of course, 8 minus 8 is 0, minus 4 minus 20 will give you minus 24. This is not a factor. Okay, so I'm going to be rubbing part of my board off. I'm going to be rubbing this side.